Hello, my name is Pedro Mendez. I'm the Dean of Public Safety, Workforce Training, and Technical Education.
And I'm Gerry Wray, Automotive Professor here at MJC.
The purpose of our video today is to discuss our experience in reviewing the Automotive Technology Program and its PLOs and CLOs. Specifically, in July of 2012, we met to look at a collection of information. That information included course learning outcome summary forms for courses like Automotive 311, our Introduction to Automotive Systems, Automotive 321, our Braking Systems course, and a variety of collections of courses. It also included a review of our program maps for automotive technology. This was work that we conducted in spring of 2011 alongside several other divisions across the campus. We also looked at automotive advisory meeting minutes from meetings with our employers. And finally, we looked at labor market information through MC.
Question 1. Do the course learning outcomes represent the overall purpose of the course? Please explain why or why not.
Automotive courses at MJC are aligned to an organization known as ASE. ASE is Automotive Service Excellence. They're a nationally recognized organization in which students are trained in 9 service areas and tested in 9 service areas. The courses are designed with a specific purpose, the emphasis being on what students can do with what they know rather than just what they know. We used a 2 outcome CLO per course format. For example, AUTEC 368, a CLO would be to be able to demonstrate understanding of the construction and operation of a starting and charging system. Or as a second CLO, students will be able to demonstrate understanding of the diagnostic procedures used on starting and charging systems. For that reason, we believe that the CLOs adequately represent our courses here.
Question 2. Do the program learning outcomes represent the overall purpose of the program? Please explain why or why not.
This is where we identified some problems or issues with the AS degree in automotive technology. We felt that the PLOs were too broad and weren't complex enough.
Question 3. How well did the course learning outcomes fulfill, support, and align with the program learning outcomes?
When we looked at at mapping the course learning outcomes to the program learning outcomes for the AS degree, and going through that exercise, we came across some pretty neat things. One, the process validated some of the work that automotive technology instructors had been doing in collecting outcome assessment work since 2009, and bringing that collection together to look at that series of information all at once. What it did is it validated as well some of the hunches that instructors have about their programs. And in our particular case, there were some things that our instructors were looking at that they knew we needed to look into a little bit better, but may have not had the confidence to begin that process. So our process of reviewing the maps helped us kind of get there. It also introduced us to some gaps that we didn't consider, and it gave us some things to think about. The mapping process finally gave us some kudos, if you will, on areas of the program in terms of how our course designs were laid out, about how we were doing things right. And it helped us to fully gain confidence that we were helping our students go from point A to point B. In the review, we looked at a couple of things. We looked at 30 course learning outcomes that make up the 15 required and elective courses in the AS degree. And what we found was that about 90% of those courses map very well to 2 of the 3 PLOs. The course that we found did not map well was Automotive 115, Introduction to Technical Industries. We also found that we had missed something. Automotive 373, our Clean Air Car course, we did not have course learning outcome statements for. So that's something that we'll be looking into. I think one of the aha moments for us was that we looked at our course learning outcomes and how they map well, and they seem to have greater success with our PLOs because we looked at the knowledge that students would be able to demonstrate, and we also looked at the skills that students would be able to perform and do. Where we had a little bit of a tougher time was in the general education learning outcomes, and that's an area where we'll still have to have some dialogue.
Question 4. You've mapped your CLOs to PLOs. You've also been provided CLO assessment data in your packet. Now, take some time to reflect on, consider, and analyze the data you have. What does your CLO data tell you about your PLOs?
Firstly, the current course structure of required versus elective courses makes it difficult to predict what CLOs the students will actually be able to do. For an example, students, depending on the elective choices they take, might have good engine diagnostic skills and very weak underbody skills. Whereas the opposite could be also true, where students complete the program with excellent underbody skills but very weak engine diagnostic skills. Secondly, then, not completing AUTEC 320, which is a capstone course, because they can earn a degree with an appropriate number of units without actually having to take that class. And thirdly, then, the AS degree doesn't require completion of all 9 ASE areas.
Question 5. In reviewing the questions above, please identify an action plan.
The AS degree in automotive technology is being updated to ensure that all ASE areas are now required. And program learning outcomes will be rewritten in fall 2012 to better reflect the complexity of the course areas in the program. AUTEC 373 CLOs will be completed on this assessment day.
I'd like to thank you for joining us and listening to our experience with the qualitative analysis and reflection of the Automotive AS degree program. I think in closing, it's given us some confidence about some of the things we suspected about the program, but also gave us some more information about our students' success or areas where they're having gaps at, and how to really get to those student learning outcomes where we can clearly identify what students need to be able to do and the knowledge that students need to be able to demonstrate. Thank you.